Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to start off by giving all glory and honor praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I'm brother on Juan from down in Tampa Bay, Florida, from the camp of prophets in Babylon, calling another quick hit through the spirit power of BAHASHAM. Lord willing to edify and feed the sheep. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who are pushing this work in truth and sincerity, to the scattered abroad. And this is something a class that I was thinking about earlier. To lead it to now. All right, going into pretty much the topic. It's for we fight for what the flesh would not. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that back again. It says for we fight for what the flesh would not. Right, because in this truth, man. All right, we're not perfect. All right, and this is going into like a righteous vent as well. As well as what it's leading to, Lord willing. It be in the spirit, but because we're not perfect, man. All right, when we realize that we're not perfect, it makes it easier for us to understand that we're gonna have hiccups and have situations to our problems, that it's just bound for us to fall in certain situations, man. Because, hey, man, scriptures talk about Proverbs, I believe, chapter 24, verse 16, for a just man falleth 7 times. For a just man falleth 7 times, all right, but rises up again, all right? And that 7 times goes into completion, meaning innumerable times, man. So you can fall in something, how many times? 7, 700 times. 7,000 times, you can fall in something over and over and over, but the goal of the mission is to rise back up, you see? And in its truth, man, you might have certain situations where you have hiccups in certain areas that you are constantly trying to kill off that old man with, or kill off that old situation or problem, something that's been lingering on, okay? And by that being so, in that, man, killing that part off of you, man, all right, it can be a hassle, okay? It could be a hassle, man, because this flesh has a mind of its own, okay? This flesh has a mind of its own, so you're literally dealing with, you're dealing with one of the strongest battles, okay, within yourself. All right, and that's correcting yourself, fighting against that demon, okay, of this flesh. All right, that ultimately wants to do things that's of, this indulging into the world, okay, indulging into things that have no common sense to do so, man. Just something that's just pleasure to the flesh, you see? And we fight these things, man, and that's something that you got to understand, that within the battle, that it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen where you gonna go try to do something and you're not gonna be able to all the way fully succeed to complete that mission, all right, all the time, all right, because it's already something, or it's always something within within that fight to complete it. If you just set yourself up to be like, all right, I'm gonna do something today in the spirit, man. That happened to me. Speaking for a little short testimony, just to let you brothers know, man, we all dealing with these things. I told myself, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna knock out a few things, I end up passing out, man. And I ain't getting no rest the other day, but I still fought through it to where I end up, getting beat up and tore up, when I got home, that I ended up passing out, man, but in my spirit, it was in the intentions to do things for the spirit, but my flesh got the best of me, all right, at that moment, to where I had to, shut down for a second, man. I had to take a nap. I went to sleep and woke up like, dang, got me this time, man. It's all right. Still gonna get the work done, you know, which led into this class. All right, but hey, scriptures talk about that. Let me just grab it right quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, 41. Chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Right. So, your spirit is always indeed willing to do what's right for what's beneficial to the spirit. Rather be praying, fasting, studying, doing things that, are more beneficial for the body, more beneficial to the, helping brothers out, doing certain things with brothers, doing certain things, because that's all in the spirit. All right. When you, scriptures talk about, all right, 2 is better than 1, for greater or better reward, or for paraphrasing. So, being that so, your spirit indeed we want to do things that's like unto of the spirit. But here you have it. You have the flesh that might catch you with an uppercut or two within the rounds. Okay, because right now, man, brothers, we're going several rounds with the flesh, man. It's like fighting your shadow, but a shadow having a mind of its own, and it's yourself. It's just flesh and the spirit. It's, using certain weave tactics, use certain blocks, that training, and we hope to be fully equipped in our training when it goes through these rounds, because once you're in the ring, you're in the ring, when you go to boxing, using that as a certain term, once you're in the ring, you're in the ring, and it's either one man gonna win, okay, that championship, or gonna even win that fight. You don't just leave and say, oh, I'm tired. All right, give me a second, I'll come back tomorrow. That's practice, okay? That's that practice, you could kind of land that back to like, when you're kind of doing something in the spirit. So when you're in the spirit, you kind of like molding your mind and molding yourself to be equipped with those things. So when it comes to that fight, but when it comes to the fight, you getting caught up in something that requires you to fight in between. That might be something you go to work, and you got heavy demons plugging you at work, or when you trying to do something productive and you got heavy demons plugging you in. And you like, wow, what the freak, man? I'm trying to get something done. And you fight in your mind. I will rebuke your demons off right now through the spirit, probably BAHASHAM shot. Hey man, you gotta rustle and tussle, and you gotta use certain terms like that, because that even helps you understanding that it's a part of the condition of the battle. As it is said that we are, men to fight, and we're men, right? We all men here. All right, we would like to be, or trying to be, at the most point, or according to our walk. But it's given to us to fight, leading to, that is the condition of what we are in. It's like being in a boxing ring, man. Fighting that flesh that really has a mind of its own, and that's what we're really dealing with here, man. At this point, we're dealing with our biggest enemy, as the Apostle Gabar say. This flesh, is your biggest enemy, and when you look at it in reality, it is, because you could be doing something thinking you're doing something that's right, and it could be wrong. Or you could be doing something, think you're doing something that's more so in the spirit, but it's of the flesh. In other terms, as giving you an example is, you might do something expedient and something that's not expedient, You might say, okay, well, I could get a few drinks, or I could do a few things, It's not like, it's not something that, you're going off or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? These things are lawful, or we can drink wine, we can have a strong drink, right? But then it becomes to be something like the flesh wants to intend to do more and more and more, you know? Oh, something, it starts to become unprofitable to you. It starts to become unbeneficial to you because the flesh can take that out of proportion, you know? That's why the scripture talk about going into, for we use the word but not abuse it. All right, for the fast in this world shall pass away. Roughly paraphrasing. And the reason it's spoken like that is because we're in the system where we have to be compliant with this world, with this kingdom. Our only way to get by through the spirit and power of BAHASHAM within these conditions. So we have to, adjust to certain things, but as well having a balance or having temperance in this. And she was talking about having temperance in all things, So being so, we try to do these things to the best of our ability. And even in that, you can fall. Even in that, we're not perfect. Even in that, it shows that how easy you can have your mind set on particular those things and how that could go left, you see? And that's something that, big ass dog, man. So lucky, brothers. But even that can lead to something to go left, man. But being in this situation, that is the fighting grounds, man. Within all those examples are the fighting grounds. So I'm gonna read that again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. Right, because ultimately we don't want to be given into these things as a, tempting of the flesh. Because like I said earlier, that can lead into you overindulging into it. That's not expedient for you. That's, you thinking that it's profitable, but it's not profitable, and then that leads into the flesh getting what it wants, and right now, in the times we're in, as demons are amping up, the fight of knowing what's beneficial and what's not beneficial, could be a little struggle because, months or years ago, certain things were once as it is increased as it is now, So it will have to be a little bit more circumspect, a little bit more wise in the decisions, a lot more in the spirit of discerning these things if it's better or not to do so or to do, So that being so, that right there, not falling into those temptations, because it has a repercussion to it, and it can be, a big repercussion, small repercussion, or even something within between. That's just, at the end of the day, it's not worth it, man. You're dealing with a woman, we all deal with women, but all of something, you got a woman that she got more tendencies, if I'm saying this correctly, tendencies that she want to be tended to more frequently than others. Maybe that might not be, beneficial, man. Women always want to, lay down and, want to go do this and want to go do that, and we really not the time to be doing those things with these women, man, at all. But we at the end of the day still have to have a balance, still have to, take care of certain things when it comes to our woman, still have to make sure. But when it comes to a woman wanting to, do the thing all the time and want to do this and do that, that woman has to understand, she ended up being in that as a woman, they want to do this and do that. It's shit. Man, we can't do all that right now. And we not going to do all that right now. Because the Lord set us up to be in a certain mindset and a certain spirit. All right, that is serious. Shit, all hell's about to break loose. All right, but that just shows you the mindset of a woman. She always want to do something, and now you're not going to be able to do all that, or even try to do all that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to do it how the Spirit has given you to deal with it accordingly. At the end of the day. But just a short example, brothers, not to get off topic. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation, which the Lord told us in chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Paraphrasing. So, being so, there is temptations involved. There are going to be a lot of temptations for you young brothers and new brothers is coming into this thing and not aware that you might get tempted with these things that's that your flesh want to do. Well, you're going to get tempted and you're going to fall, but the goal is to get back up. You're going to get tempted, and it's truth. There's just going to be a lot of things that the flesh wants to do. That are a lot of things that the Spirit will ultimately overall. Okay, when the scriptures are applied, the flesh can't do much when you're in more in the Spirit. Okay, because you're making the flesh subjected to the Spirit, man. All right. But I'm gonna grab this right here. Well, when this is edifying, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. This is let me see, Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For it says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would." And that's what it comes back to the title. All right, for we fight for what the flesh would not, because ultimately this flesh, all right, don't want to do things that's for the Spirit. You're gonna find yourself in a lot of predicaments, even when you're doing majority for the Spirit. You gotta stop doing some of that stuff and have a balance within that. Okay, because you could do too much for the Spirit and throw off your balance. Because now you just, giving yourself a headache with certain things. All right, for the lack of better terms. But being so, when you having certain things, trying to balance certain things out, I say trying because, currently balancing things, are something that we're trying to get together. Likewise, I speak to you, Aki, I speak to myself first and foremost, starting off with me, man. Okay, me speaking in general, getting things, not from being too much of this or that, man, but more so of equal grounds, But, the flesh, man, it don't want to do things of the Spirit. Never does, never will. That's why this, just talk about these bodies being in chains of darkness, man, because they're bound to go off. They're bound to sin. They're bound to be things of this world. We're not, you see. But I'm gonna read that again. It says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh." So it's a constantly battle, man. That's a constantly battle. Like, it's just like a constantly war, man. Like, you ever seen like thunderclouds, or you ever see and you look up and it's a storm and you see like a lightning bolt shoot from one side and the other one shoot from another side. This just make a big behind, like, big old thunderclap. Well, that's how it is when you want to look at it. When you look at it, in the Spirit, man, it's always boom, boom, boom. Because we up there fighting, man. We in this thing fighting. And Lord willing, that we endure through these things, man. Okay? You brothers in truth and sincerity, all right, let's fight it, man. You can get through it. You gonna get through it, man. You know, you gotta speak positivity in your life. You gonna get through this, man. You gonna make it, man. Not to be sound prideful or anything like that. But the scriptures talk about, being fully persuaded in your own mind. Because why? Your flesh will tell you, no, you ain't this and you ain't that, and you ain't doing enough for this, and you ain't doing enough for that. And before you know it, you're getting caught up in and it start making you feeling sorrowful, and you in your sorrows, drowning your sorrows, and you got a whole demon on you, just jumped on you because you brought yourself down to a low vibration by accepting that, by speaking that, letting the power of that tongue, I ain't this, man, I can't do this, and then next thing you know, you're fighting a heavier battle than what you expected or wanted, because the flesh got its way. You see, instead of fighting and say, you know what, no, if I keep doing this, my spirit gonna get better. If I keep doing that, I'm gonna get better. Because scripture talk about, man, being cheerful when thou change to a lower state. It's a rock, man. So a part of that being cheerful is you have to speak good upon yourself, man. Okay, you have to speak good in the air, and with brothers, ask brothers send them prayers for you, and ask brothers to, and pray for brothers, and, ask for brothers to, hey, brother, can I talk to you? Because brothers are here to encourage you to continue in the faith. You gotta understand that you got brothers, man. You gotta utilize these things and abilities that the Lord had put the Spirit on us to be able to have. This just didn't bless you with to be able to have brothers and then not, ask for help and stuff like that. Scripture talk about iron sharpeth iron, man, and he sharpened the counsels of his friend. Roughly paraphrasing. So being so, you got to utilize it, man. We love each other, be here for each other. See. But being so, that comes back to, the flesh ultimately doesn't want you to do all those things, because that's going to give it leverage. That's going to give it spirit for, it's going to give it leverage for the spirit to overcome it. Okay, and ultimately that's what we want to do. We can't obviously do that physically, but spiritually, in our inward man, we can do that. If the Lord put the Spirit on us to have that mindset to actually overcome those things, man. That's the goal. We're walking after that, the light and that path of our Lord, man. The Lord did it. The Lord set that. He set that path. He set that way for us. The Lord said He's the truth, He's the way, and the life. And there's no other way to what? The Heavenly Father, man, but through Him, man. So the Lord's our mediator. He's telling us how to do it, because the Lord came in the volume of the book. And that comforting, man. And we need the Lord, man. We are wretched men. All right. We are men that's trying to the best of our abilities. Scriptures talk about rehearse the righteous acts. And we got to do that to the best of our abilities. Walk the good way, therein, and, ask for the good path, roughly saying. So all these things, these scriptures come tying together. Lord willing, it's making sense to you, brothers, man. All right, through the Spirit, pray about YAHAWAH. This exhort you, Akim, and edify, you, Akim, Nakwathium. All right, I know I'm saying a lot, but it's just, Lord be in the Spirit, man. But yeah, being so, that's that clash, man. The flesh doesn't want to do that. But it says, and these are contrary, or slakia, back in Galatians 5 and 17, I'm going to start from the top. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so that ye cannot do, and this is the point. You see, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So that sets the record straight, man. You find yourself trying to do something right by YAHAWAH, but here you go, you have some company that's discomforting to your spirit, or discomforting to your environment, okay, know that it's the flesh knocking on the door trying to get you to do something that's, you know, really not productive, really not beneficial, okay, really not profitable, you know. And like I said, man, it happens to the best of us, you know, but now don't let your sins weigh you down, neither let your iniquities lift themselves up. So within that, it even shows that there's a straight line within that, man, you know. And as we walk in this tightrope, and hey, man, we trying to do the best we can, brothers, okay. But as with that being said, man, scriptures talk about, you know, salvation is nearer than we believe. So keep pushing, brothers. All right. With that, we're gonna give our glory on the praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWEH, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Until next time, we say Shalom.